Hi. Hello. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who's on here? Hello, Kitsune. How are you? Welcome. I hope you had a good week. Oh man, why is this on dark mode? It's so hard to see sometimes. A bit sick? No. I know like 3 people who have COVID right now. It's no good. No good. Well, I hope you're getting lots of rest. So sorry, it's a bit crazy. Being sick and all. I've got allergies, so if I'm sniffling, that's why. Okay. I was smart this time and I put down my first wash earlier. So by earlier I meant right before I pressed the go button. But you know, whatever. So this should be drying soon and then I can dive right into it. Hi Waco! How you doing? Whole family basically had it for a month. Ugh. Had it for about a week and I'm lucky to not be as bad as they were. Is that because you got vaxxed and they didn't? Or is it just people getting different amounts of it? You know what I mean. Hi, Evie. I hope you're feeling better too. I am well. So today is my 1-year wedding anniversary with Gabe. So I wanted to make him a present. I don't think he suspects anything, but if he pops into the channel, I'm screwed, but he never does anymore, so I think I'm okay. Anyway, we had all these things we wanted to do for the wedding anniversary, but we had some unexpected expenses come up, so all of the money we were saving to do those things kind of shoo. So instead, I'm doing something naughty and I'm taking off the rest of the day. Ooh, I'm not working for once. So after this, we're just gonna play board games and video games all night and eat crap. So just getting different amounts and variants. Yeah, it does affect people differently. It's so weird. Bouncing between everyone and kept getting them sick. That sucks. When it keeps going back and forth. That's no good. Yeah, so what we wanted to do was we wanted to get an Airbnb by like a lake that had, you know, allowed dogs, and we'd take a family vacation, family because we just have us and the dogs, to the cabin and just like draw there, hang out, relax, whatever. But like I said, our savings kind of got taken for that. So you do what you can do for the moment. So I'm taking my Cloverkin character, and we had actually made him a little character called Bover, where he's like a satyr. I have a picture of him. Actually, I could probably show you. Where it was a last minute thing we kind of threw together for him for FairyCon, but it's pretty cute. See if I can find it for you real quick. Why can't I get to my starred things? Come on, you don't make this easy. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think you can see this. Is that good enough? Kinda? There you go. So, that's us at FairyCon. and I figured I'd do the chibi version of him and me. So it's nothing huge. It's like not a big gift or anything, but it's the thought that counts, right? Right. So there's that. How's everybody's week been? Oh, thank you, EB. I'm excited too. Yeah, it does suck, but that's kind of just what happens, right? Sometimes unexpected things. And it really sucks because it's the first time in a long time we've actually planned to do something kind of, I guess, extravagant. The last time we did anything kind of crazy was before we got all the dogs. We had done a 20-hour drive to FairyCon. So, thanks, guys. Oh, I appreciate it. I like to think we're cute. So, I also didn't draw in his beard because I want to paint it in. So that's why he looks kind of weird right now. He's kind of shaven. Yeah, I'm sorry, EB. I know you were sick. I'm so happy you're getting better, though. It's always good to get better. Alright, so this is a pretty easy palette, at least. Like, it's mainly cream colors, some browns. You know, should be pretty easy. I just want a nice, simple piece. Maybe I'll hang this up in the house, who knows. I don't usually do stuff like that, but I think that'd be nice. Let's get this a bit more warmed up. I think this is dry. Pretty sure. It's weird to be doing a piece that's actually for me. Like, this is 1000% just for us. It's not like I could sell it or anything, you know? It's like doing fan art of yourself. It's weird. Like, I feel like you could even sell a self-portrait, but like this is a little bit different. I think there'd be a very minute amount of people that would buy this, but that's not why I'm making it. But still. Just thinking about it, it's weird when you don't make anything ever for yourself and you do finally. It's like, wow, this is just for me. Which, I mean, I should probably do more often, but I don't have the time. So I'm glad I'm making the time now. I count it as part of the celebration, I guess. I have his vest matches boots. I hope so. It's not going to be extravagant really or anything like that, but that's kind of not the point, you know? I realize I have to make a new Clover card for this month's patrons. Not just the Clover card, I mean the rare card. New rare card for this month. Since every 2 months it's a new rare card, so this month gets a new rare card. So I gotta think of another part of Cloverkin's story, which I think will include Bover. I think that'd be cute if I brought him in. So I gotta think of how to do that in such a way. I also have to think of what job he'd do. It'd be cool if he was like a blacksmith or a tailor or something. Because in that world, she's like kind of a animal medic, I guess. So I can't really have him doing the same thing. But maybe having him doing something artistic in that world would be really cute. And then I've got a little vest here. So, give me something good that happened to you guys this week. Whatever it is, it can be big, it can be small. If you had a pizza and it was extra good, that counts. That always counts. He's got blue, brown, black hair too. So I'm gonna put, this isn't black, this is sepia. I'm gonna put this down, and then I'll put some brown over it. Same thing with where his hair meets his face, right here. I want to paint that in, so I didn't want any hard line art. Oh, you're starting to smell things again. That's better than not smelling things. Were you able to smell your chipotle at least? I might do the rock at the bottom. That's pretty good size. This brush is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I know you're supposed to hold it way back here, and it's supposed to be for a very specific type of painting, but I really like these type of ends, so here I am choked up on this ridiculous brush just because I can't figure out what I like to do here. Oh, you're so mad you couldn't. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to add insult to injury in that one. Oh man, this brush is getting old. Now that I think about it, I think I've had this brush since high school. That's no good. That would make sense why it feels really brittle right now. But it's synthetic too, but that has to do with it. Reintroduce the water and now I'm getting the streaks. Oy. Oh, the stronger things are starting to smell. Oh, it's something. Now I need to get his skin color in here a little bit. He is a bit darker than me. But I don't want to go crazy, so just a little bit darker. It's probably good. I don't even know if I'll really color me. I guess maybe if I do a little bit of this. And then go for him again. I forgot my other ear. Ah. get my feet. Yeah, that'll be good. I can give him a little bit of a darker pass. Is anybody working on anything right now? You working on your ornaments, EB? Oh, that isn't even the right color. I haven't even looked up there since I started. Uh-oh. Here, let me get you the right colors. That actually looks pretty good. It's funny, the only time I get to actually work on his present is during my stream. Because otherwise we're sitting next to each other working on stuff. I can't exactly do it there. Let's switch these up again. Oh no. Oh, EB. Go take a nap, homie. This is recorded. You can always come back and see it later if you want. I'd rather you don't force yourself to stay awake if you need to go, you know, relax and lay down. Oh. Didn't wait long enough. There we go. There's a hairline. Go back to work on Monday? Oof. Well, I hope you're good by then. If you're not, though, remember to call in, because they'd rather have you be at home sick than at work sick, you know? don't want to take others with you. I think he just had like some kind of olive colored pants or something. They were like kind of desaturated, but also kind of green. Weird. Okay, good. That's probably how I should have done my hair color here. It's a little bit brighter on the screen. Hold up. Realized I didn't blot my lipstick either. I look kind of crazy. And the only reason I do wear lipstick is if I don't have any lips. They don't show up on camera. Oh man, I didn't realize how close we were to right here. Someone's gonna become the new stream person on this thing. Guess I can do the grass. Since that grass is in the background, I'll blot it so it fades a bit. Because it's kind of a loud green, too. I'll go over that to kind of stunt it later, too. A little blue-green in here. Thank you, Evie. Don't want to mix mix too much up here. Let's try this guy. Oh, that might be a little too blue. Need more sepia. Giving this stone some texture. Oh, hi Weasel. Happy Saturday to you too. Getting so sloppy with the stone. How was your week? Trying to remedy some of this. I'll be sick again. Ah, no. Does he have COVID? So many people have COVID right now. I just realized I lean in my camera, so like, I don't know why I don't ever just put it where I lean. Kind of a nice brush. It's a little fat. I hope he feels better soon too. Half the people in the chat are sick right now. I hope you all feel better. It's It's never fun to be sick, man. Heart issues, oh no. Seeing the top of my head, I don't know about that. Like, oof. Oh, my gray. It's okay. I decided more often than not I'm gonna showcase my gray. Okay, that's way too yellow, but damp. There we go. That's about the color that it is. I think I'm gonna make there be white around them so the yellows stick out more later. It's like 20 degrees out right now, but I've got the window open because it gets hot in this room. So you might hear apparently a chainsaw. This day last year, it was snowing. It was the first snow of the season. On the day we got married. I thought that was pretty cool. I think we both did. Because we both like snow, we both like cold. Though I don't like the amount of cold to like go on a cruise or something. Like to do an Alaskan cruise or something like that. I could never do that. That's too much. Like, if you've ever done that, I have crazy respect for you. It's like, I don't know. It's too much cold. But we're not tropical people really either. We don't like the ocean really, or the beach. We don't see that as like, that's vacation stuff. I hope so. I kind of hope it rains or it snows today. I think that'd be really cute if it snowed again. But, yeah. Past hurricane in 76. 76, can't say cold weather. Oh, Virginia. Isn't your weather kind of a toss-up a lot? Like, you could have weather that's similar to, like, Florida, but also weather that's similar to the Midwest? That's another thing. Anybody who lives in the South, for a million reasons, like, if you can put up with the South, you have my respect there, too. And thank you for the anniversary wishes. I appreciate that. We've been together, I think it'll be 7 years this month. Because we started dating in November and we got married in November. We really like November. So glad I painted it in instead of doing the line work for it. It just would have been too much. Now he looks like a man. A man! Oh, Richmond. That makes sense. I want to get their mouths, but I need a smaller brush. Teensy tiny little brush. Gotta keep my buck teeth in there. Proud of that. Don't know why. Makes me more rodent-like. Ah, thank you, EB. Seems like a good way to do his beard. That way it's just more soft, you know? God, we have a guy who lives across the street who he is obsessed with being outside. He must be for sure retired, but he's always working on his yard or something. Yeah, this is going nice. He's also got a similar color shirt. Yeah, that works. God, it's still so much more saturated in the camera than it is in real life. Not like that though. Not like that. That's closer. That's pretty good. I feel like down here is a bit too saturated. If I could lift it a bit, that'd be nice. I'll have to do it later with the white. guess I could do it right now with the white. Got some white. Push it in the background. Ah, much better. Oh my god, our poor mail person has the most janky mail truck. I can hear when they pull up. So bad. No, it's actually a white gouache. So the nice thing about white gouache versus white watercolor is it can be reconstituted a little bit easier, and it tends to be more opaque. White watercolor seems to just wash out colors when you mix it in with them, whereas gouache can do that, but it's more for like if you need some white on top of something, the gouache is good to use, because then it almost acts like acrylic on watercolor or just on whatever you're doing. I'm going to take a little bit of a cell shading take on this, I guess. For those of you here who are my patrons, if you feel like answering this, you can. I was going to start doing those little mini tutorials in the every month in the updates. Is there anything you guys would want to know? Just right off the bat. I have ideas I can do, but I would rather hear what you actually want. So if you have anything you'd actually want me to show you how to do, let me know. What, the gouache one? Everything. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm glad you get something out of my streams. Half the time I feel like I'm just doing art in front of you. I forget that it has like an educational factor, I guess. Can also smooth over colors too. If you've got a couple areas that are a little too harsh, you can kind of rub them in with the gouache. Well, I will think about doing the gouache thing. I gotta think of how I'd message it, I guess. That's the hard thing. Just use gouache with watercolor. I want there to look like there's some soft lighting behind them, us, whatever. So to do that, I'm just gonna take some gouache and kind of buff it in here so you can see that it almost looks like light kind of softening through them if the light's behind them. And then when I line it again, I'm just not gonna line it in there, and I'll keep it really soft. Same here. I probably won't even line her ear, to be honest. Her ear, my ear. Weird. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you can do water-based markers on watercolor, that's a million times better. Just because there's no real chance of it like making walls, because that's what I'm always afraid of. That if I use a alcohol marker on watercolor, that the alcohol will sink into it and push the watercolor pigment, and they'll make a wall. But if you use water-based markers on watercolor, that's less likely to happen. Even if it's dry, I guess. But I mean, you can always just test your materials and you know, see how they interact before you use them on a big piece or something. I highly recommend doing that in any case. But yeah. Oh, Weasel, you like the wall? If you like it, keep doing it. Yeah, if you can get control of the wall, you've done what many cannot. So it doesn't look flat. Yeah, it takes a while. Study from life more than anything. Like set up a still life of just like a vase or an apple or something and put a light on it. That's gonna, you know, start helping you understand shape and how light moves around on objects. Some things are surprising how they end up having light hit them. Textures too, if you can practice textures, because light hits textures different as well. I think the first anniversary is paper, isn't it? Well, that works out in my favor, doesn't it? Yeah, it's Gavo. Today is our 1 year wedding anniversary. So, I wanted to make him something. His character's Bover. I don't know if we ever showed you Soggy. Like, when we went to FairyCon, I kind of threw together an outfit for Gabe before we went, and he ended up kind of being a character. So, oh, the backlight effect, yeah. Yeah, it's really easy too, honestly. I feel kind of cheap doing the backlight effect, but it works out pretty good. How you been, Soggy? How's things? There, I smoothed that background a little bit, so that's good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Soggy. I think I can go in and start doing some more shadow work on the things as things. I feel you. I feel you, boo. I totally get it. Things is totally things. That neighbor, I swear to God, he needs more things to do. Now, since he has brown in his black hair and not blue, like, that's one of those things, like, Asian people have a lot of blue in their black hair, and Mexicans, like Gabe, and Spanish folk have a lot of brown in their hair, in their black hair. So even though it's, like, really black, if the sun hits it, you'll see that it's got brown highlights. It's very pretty. I don't want to puff out his hair too much. Good morning. Oh, Cavendish. How are you? Welcome to the world. Maybe his yard hobby. His yard is his hobby. It is. Yeah, I know it's his hobby. He loves his yard. My neighbor needs lighter shoes. I don't know what the floor did to make him hate it so much. I wonder why that people stomp. It's either like I had a roommate who stomped over my head, and I couldn't tell if he was heavy-footed or if the floor was thin. Like the ceiling was thin. It could have been that. So maybe you just got a thin ceiling floor thing. Maybe he's tiptoeing. Maybe he weighs like 60 pounds, but because of the thin floor, you know, who knows? Maybe you should befriend him just to look at his floor. Big Top Burger. What's Big Top Burger? What is that? Why do I feel stupid? Big Top Burger. Why does that sound familiar? Is it like circus burgers? It's probably a dumb question. Circus burgers. You still playing your Pug games? Was it Pug? Yeah. PUBG? Pug? Still playing that? Oh, an animated thing on YouTube. It's Weird as Hell Brigade. Man, I love Weird as Hell. Do you remember, what was that There's a YouTube animator that did, he eventually, I think, got his own show. I think on Adult Swim. But, oh man. I can't even describe it. I can't even remember who did it. He just had one that was about Washington, and Washington saving children, but not the British children. And I watched so many of his animated things, and now I can't remember him. I think it starts with an L. Fuck. Oh, POE. Oh, it's still a classic. Wow, nice. I'm glad that's held you. It's a good one. These have not been in asses. God, what was that guy's name? That's gonna kill me. Is this it? Am I dumb? Oh, it's Worthy Kids. Worthy Kids made a music video for my friend's band. I know Worthy Kids. Here. He did, my friend is a lead singer on this band. He did this for them. Yeah, Worthy Kids is awesome. He's really good. I have seen this. Yes. Okay. I didn't know it was called Big Top Burger. Weird. He's a really good animator. It takes him forever to make something, but he's good. Now the thing I was thinking of was... Fuck. 6'20", fucking killing for fun. Brad Neely, that's his name. Brad Neely, sorry. There we go. Oh yeah, totally. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. Be warned, this is a little crude. That's not even animation, technically. Not like Worthy Kids. Worthy Kids is basically like the Jamie Hewlett of now. Hi, Shalladron. I'm guessing it's Kristen. What's up? Yeah, me with an animation degree and no time to animate. Really sucks. Though, when I do animate again, I am always so happy to. I love animating. I don't get to do it as much as I'd like, but, you know. So, Kristen, today is our 1-year wedding anniversary. Hooray! Here I am streaming, right? Really, we did plan to do other things, but we had unexpected expenses, and there went all our savings for our little trip that we wanted to do. Oh well. That's how it goes. We were gonna take the dogs and we were gonna go to a Airbnb on a lake and just spend like 2 days there, but like I said, we had like a $2,000 expense that came out of nowhere, so we were forced to cancel that idea. So here we are trying for next year, which feels like every year we're trying for next year. I hope we get a break soon. Because, man, life is crazy. It never lets up, you know? Yeah, it sucks. Oh well, things happen. think I'm almost to the point I can do the lines then. But who knows? You never know where you'll be in a year. Time for the kids to eat their food. Sometimes I refer to my dogs as kids. It's whatever. Kind of doing inverse shading here so I can get a shadow in, but it's a soft shadow for them. That works. There goes Jonjo. He's crazy. But yeah, today we're just gonna play board games, eat some crap, you know, have a fun day regardless. I think the main thing is that we're both taking time together, which we never take time for basically anything. So the fact that we're stopping work for a whole night basically means, you know, that we're dedicating it to just spending time together. But in the future, it'd be nice to actually do something. We're both bummed we can't, but you know how things go. It's just how things are sometimes. Yeah, it should be. I think it will be. Do you know some leaf blowers can also suck leaves? Like a leaf sucker? I didn't know that. I looked that up because I was like, man, I don't want a leaf blower. I want a leaf sucker like a vacuum. Lo and behold, they exist. You have a leaf sucker? Yeah, man. I didn't even know. I thought it was a pipe dream. The rest you leave the leaves. Yeah, we don't even get leaves right now because we don't have any trees by us, really. We have, like, no trees around us. Breaks my heart. Really wish we had more. Like, one of my goals this year was to buy a tree or two to put in the yard. But now that I've made friends with the neighbor, I'm gonna have to ask her. And she's an older lady, so I don't know if she's gonna be on board with that. Because obviously I'll put leaves in her yard, but, you know. At least I'm nice enough to ask. Oh, nice. I still kind of hate that we have to live here because we were forced to find it really quickly. I don't know if many of you remember like how we got here, but we really were under the gun to find a place in a very quick amount of time, so. And buying a house is cheaper than renting a house out here. So that's what we did. I'm not crazy about the location still. It's got a lot of nice things, but it's not my final resting place, I'd like to think. Yeah, we did, but they were all dead and full of spiders, remember? They were not the kind of trees I liked. I do not like really crappy pine trees. I want trees with fluffy leaves. I don't like conifers. I like deciduous trees. Wow, this is lacking some saturation here. Yeah, fluffy trees. How you doing, Denmark? Okay. Later in the day. I grew up with a willow, and I really like them, except they get these weird little black bugs all over them. Whenever I'd climb the one we had, it was always like full of these little black bugs. I was like, what the hell are these things? They were tiny little, like, beetles, but they were so small. Oh, a southern magnolia tree. That sounds pretty. I'm gonna have to sharpen this bitch. Spent the day shopping. That's great. Did it feel good? I'm good. Today is my 1-year anniversary with my husband, getting married. Though this month is our 7th year together, something like that. But I've known him since I was like 17 or 18 or something. It's crazy. Anyway. But yeah. So I'm making a little present for him. Hopefully he doesn't log on and see it. He never watches the streams anymore though, so I'm kind of using that to my advantage. Plus he's bogged down with work right now, so we're working half of the day. And then the other half we're going to play games, board and video games. I got him obsessed with Smash Brothers again. I think he's angry that I beat him all the time. He can beat me at almost every other fighting game except maybe Guilty Gear. I still kind of whoop him at that, but he usually gets me at Street Fighter. But King of Fighters were pretty even. But Smash Brothers, I can just whoop him, and I think that gets at him, so he's been practicing. I think he wants to get back at me. Oh, thank you, Denmark. I appreciate that. some deals are putting things in the freezer while it's cheap. Hell yeah. Help throw downtime some things for Christmas while it's cheap. No, not ripped from. Yeah. No, you're smart as hell for doing that. I'm all for getting things ahead of time. Especially for Christmas stuff. I hate when things get picked over because people panic. Give him some cute little, like, freckles on his ears. I think that'd be cute. Put a little bit of gruff in the beard. I just didn't want to line it ahead of time because I didn't want that really harsh line there. I wanted it to kind of be organic, as a beard is. Okay, I know I said I wouldn't line it, but I'm gonna line it really lightly. There we go. Do you exchange gifts? Do breakfast or something? Hi, I asked. I mean, we don't usually do many, like, traditional things for any occasion. But we kind of do things our own way. Like I said, though, we wanted to do something kind of extravagant this time where we'd actually go somewhere, but that ended up going out the window with a stupid expense that came out of nowhere. So, no, just today we're gonna play board games and video games the rest of the day. The fact we're not working for half a day is the thing that's like, whoa. We are workaholics. We work way too much. Mostly because we have to. Right now he's got this comic he's doing that is taking up like all his time. That's not his day job, and it sucks because he can't work on like anything else. He's fallen behind his Patreon too because of it, and it's not his fault. It's just this comic is very demanding. And so once that's over, things should be better. But yeah, it's one he's been working on for like a little over a year, I think now. But yeah, it's a bit much. Yeah, for now we'll spend time with each other, and then down the line when we get the money and the time, we can do it. Holiday streams. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't heard from his family yet to know what we're doing, but I mean, whatever we're not doing, I'll probably do a holiday stream then, you know? Oh, wow. Are you okay now, Scythe? Exactly, Denmark. Yeah. And that's us. I mean, we did a lot of stuff before we settled down with the dogs. But yeah, you know, I mean, we'll eventually go traveling again and everything. It's hard to travel now anyway. Everybody's telling me it's really expensive to go anywhere, so I guess maybe it's a good thing. Oh, Scythe, maybe you just need sleep? I mean, when your body's that messed up, you might just need some sleep. But yeah, we don't need much to be, you know, happy or whatever. Like, we're not sticklers for being right on the money for dates and things like that. So, like, if we had to do this tomorrow instead of today on the actual day, it wouldn't have been a problem. We're very easygoing people. You know, and It's not like things have to be perfect or a specific way. We're very easy to please. Oh, Chancho. Oh, my Chancho boy's outside the door. I hear him. He's looking for me. My little man. Oh, really? Are you in the States? I forget. Because I know I've always mentioned ZzzQuil, and people overseas say it's illegal in their country to have like sleep aids, but if you're in the States, I highly suggest ZzzQuil because it's good. You don't get groggy or nothing. Oh, Scythe, that sucks. Definitely Denmark. Yeah, and we've known each other for so long that it's really nice. It's one of those relationships where you don't have to say anything or, it won't expect something from the other person. We have kind of a fairy tale thing going on, and I'm very, very grateful for it. There's nothing else I would want. And I know he feels the same, and that's really special. So, it's a good thing. Oh, not NyQuil, no. Try ZzzQuil. It's the same, ZzzQuil, NyQuil. It's the same company as the quills. But, if you're not sick, don't take NyQuil, because that can fuck you up worse. Just try ZzzQuil. Same thing, but more specific. More spiffy. What do you people do on your anniversaries and special days? I like hearing how other people, celebrate things. And who knows, you might give someone else an idea or two for what to do on theirs. It doesn't have to be an anniversary either. It can be whatever you like to celebrate. What do you like to do? Oh, whatever. You love yourself, right? Come on. If you do anything nice for yourself, you love yourself to some extent. When you treat yourself, Scythe, what do you do for yourself? Do you buy yourself some Doritos and just sit down and game? That's really seriously what we've done. We bought some Doritos, some things I can eat, and we've got pop, and then we're just gonna have an old school, sit down and game night. It's gonna be great. We're both very nostalgic for those sorts of days. No, I know. Oh, I know. I've got these gluten-free pretzels that are like cauliflower. So, there's that. They don't taste the best, but they're still kind of a luxury. Special dinner out, just us two. Oh. See, that's nice. I haven't eaten at an actual, place where you eat for 3 years now. Since before the pandemic. Oh my god. Go to Pizza Nova. Oh, I like that name. First official date. Oh. Yes, Scythe. Those pretzels are my favorite pretzels. If I can get them. The second runners up are those cauliflower ones that are they're okay. But yeah, Snyder's knows what they're doing. They're pretzel champions. Nice restaurant, but hopefully you'll be celebrating in our new home. Yeah! Eat dinner on a box in your new place. It's got its own flair. Decorate living room with balloons and lights inside. Whoa. Rose leaves on the floor. Chocolate. Small cave with blankets. Oh! Bigger city we went to. Wow. Oh, Denmark. That's very sweet. I like that yours is a journey. You give them an adventure to go on. I love it. Yeah, Scythe, let me know. I'd be more than happy to know what you suggest. Because, man, bread and, like, oh, man, there's so many gluten-free things that taste like shit. Bread, I still haven't found a good anything. However, Mission tortillas are pretty good. They've got almond flour tortillas. Those work out pretty good. And I've tried a bunch. But those ended up being alright. I'm trying to place that brand. Do they have like a yellow bag usually? Oh, no. I've had their bread. Their bread is good, but it's too small. Like their bread like pieces are like this big. And it's good. It's frozen though. Which frozen bread always throws me. Does anybody here freeze their bread normally? Like I know people who actually just freeze their bread as part of their normal thing, and I always find that really interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's really hard to make really nice, like, soft toast out of frozen bread. Oh, I'm thinking Udi. Damn it. You're right. Why do they have such weird names? Like, what's up with the U something I names? Does that have to do with, like, a component in gluten or something that they're trying to, like, talk to? I don't get it. Truthfully, I sneak a Dorito or two if I can. It's like I usually know when I start reacting to something, so then I kind of pull off of that, but I like to taste the past. Oh, thank you, Denmark. My ways are not exactly the correct ways, but, you know, they're a way. For the longest time, I drew really sharp grass. And then I realized everything else in my piece is really rounded and happy and smooth. So why don't I just start making really rounded grass? And then I did. And then it seemed to be fine. Like the rest of the piece seemed to be like, oh yeah, we accept you rounded grass. So that was just a stylistic choice I took at one point. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Because a lot of the time you might be doing things out of habit for no good reason. So it's good to reassess sometimes, like why you're like painting something a certain way or doing something a certain way. Be really aware of the choices you're making. See, that's weird. How come frozen garlic bread always comes out super soft in the middle and crunchy on the outside? But if you try to do like regular toast that way, I feel like you can't really do it for frozen bread. Really? Thank you, Cavendish. I'm glad you're in awe of my rock. It's been a process here. But I'm very flattered you enjoyed my rock. I didn't expect them to be on the top of it like that. Like, originally it was going to be rounded, but then at some point I made this ledge. I was like, shit. It wasn't supposed to be like that. But now it is, so, So here we are. The nice thing about rocks and any kind of organic formation like this is if if it's like showing you a line that's there, you know, look at it, try it, maybe, you know, it looks better with that line there. Like this little hair that's on here is driving me nuts. Yeah, and I'll probably do more here too with the pencil once I get there. Really? Oh, thank you, Cavendish. There's enough garlic paste to sink into the bread. Ugh, paste. Oh no, Denmark. That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I've done that, Scythe. I figured that out. Honestly, for me, the air fryer has been pretty good for taking the frozen bread and kind of making it crispy but still soft. Because since the air fryer like fries on the outside, it does that crispy soft thing. But if your pieces are too small, it does it too quick. You know, and it kind of sucks. But, you know, whatever. You do what you gotta do. But yeah, if you have a air fryer, give that a shot. Oh man, we use our air fryer for like everything. What can I tell you to do? You can even bake oatmeal in the damn thing. We bought this silicone. It's like it's about this big. It's like a silicone bowl that you can put things in, like oatmeal and stuff. Sorry. And then you put it in the air fryer and it can bake it like that. But like, oh man, I make zucchini fries in it. I make sweet potato fries. You can take any veggie basically and cook it in there. Potatoes. I've even put I made tofu chicken strips. Oh man, my favorite thing to cook with is this. It's called liquid aminos, and it's like if soy sauce wasn't bad for you and had a child with like Worcestershire sauce. It's like this smoky, savory, soy sauce-esque type liquid, and it's good for you, but it's also like, I don't know, it's way better than soy sauce in my opinion. But I use that, I soak it as like a marinade for the tofu, and I throw it in the air fryer and it just comes out. Cornstarch is good too. No, actually, Denmark, a lot of the time, if you get anything that's got oven directions on it, just use the same oven directions. So if it's like 360 for 20 minutes, you know, put it at 360 for like 10 minutes and look at it and flip it. But usually it's like the same instructions as the oven, which is super cool. You don't have to even do oil. No, if you want to try things without oil, you can totally do that. It does fry things pretty good without it, but if you want it like extra crispy, you can put some oil in it. I usually put some like olive oil in it or use the spray can oil. What else? You can put green beans in there and like put like a when I bread things, I can't use panko obviously because it's bread, but I use like cornstarch, almond flour. Some people use cornflakes. Honestly, the damn thing is so versatile. Oh man, heating up old pizza. That's great for that. Nuke it first for a little bit and then put it in the air fryer. Trying to think of like frozen things or anything. Oh man, I used to make, this is good. I used to make these like fried bananas. I know some people have a thing against warm banana, but if you slice a banana down the middle, open it, put it on some foil, and then put some sugar on top, and then put it in there for like 5 minutes at 400 degrees or whatever, it like caramelizes everything and it just tastes like a dream. It's so good. Anyway, I did that with cherries too. I can make like a cherry jam thing. It's crazy. You can do anything in there. You can even bake bread. Stupid. Oh no, Scythe. Maybe that's why you're sick. However, if it was food poisoning, usually food poisoning like leaves you within a couple hours. Either you throw it up or the other way, but usually it's like, and it's over. Unless you got like sick, like an E. coli sort of thing. Yes. Cavendish, yes. If you get French fries from a place and they're soggy, or you get tater tots and they're just kind of, you pop them in the air fryer for like 3 minutes and it's just gold. It's perfect. It's awesome. And it's not like you had to get any more oil on them or anything. Air fry. Yep, you got it. Yeah, dude. Your life is going to change now that you have an air fryer. I don't know, because they fry their fries in beef grease. That's typically why. And that's why they're so addicting and they taste so good. Because they've got beef in them. They used to. I don't know if they still do. But I know that was part of it. I know that was a thing for vegans and McDonald's for a while. It's like, how are your fries not, not vegan? They're just potatoes. It's like, no, they're not just potatoes. They've got beef oil. Something like that. 3 liter, is it too small? I'm not even sure what ours is. Our air fryer basket is probably about 12 inches by 12 inches. And then it's about this deep probably. So I guess that's half a foot. And ours can do a lot of things. So if yours is around that big, you're probably alright. I mean, it depends on what you want to cook. Like, did you get gifted it or did you buy it? And if you bought it, what did you originally get it for? Oh, a quarter smaller. You're probably still fine. Well, in that case, you're going to like it because anything you can cook in the oven, you can cook in the air fryer. Just not large quantities. That's the only kind of poo-poo thing. But if it's just you or another person, you should be fine. Like cooking for a family of 8 or something probably wouldn't work with the size you have, but you know. by the by, I've still got, for those that weren't here last week, it seems like everybody was busy last week. I've still got 2 originals up, the Squash Cellar one and the last week's Bickerboro originals still available if anybody wants those. If we go to cook for 8, the oven is great to heat everything, but I hate firing up the oven for heating a small pot. Yeah, so that's where the air fryer is perfect. And I mean, how much more often do you do that than cooking for 8, you know? Oh, thank you, Denmark. I appreciate that. Line work helps so much sometimes. Sometimes I like just line work on its own too, you know? Like, there's some pieces I started a little while ago that are just basically line work. And I was going to turn them into shirts. And I still will when I get a chance, but I just really like plain line work. I just think there's something to it. It's just, if you can get solid line work on its own, it's kind of magical. But in a watercolor, especially for me, since I can't get really crisp edges with my watercolor for some reason, I end up using the pen a lot, or the pencil. I just heard a really weird noise. Oh, thank you, Denmark. I'm glad you're here to watch me do it. I'm glad you enjoy it. I like that you repeat it. Thank you. That makes me feel pretty cool. I'm just happy people enjoy watching it, because sometimes you're working, you're like, you know, is this even interesting? But you know, then someone tells you and you're like, oh, I guess it's kind of cool. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Well, hopefully he likes it. I know, he'll probably love it, whatever, but you always wonder still, you know. I'm more curious if he knows I'm up to something. Albator. Thank you for the follow, Albator. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Evie. I mean, kind of. I mean, this is Cloverkin, the character. It was originally me before I made the character. It was my brand. And then I made it into a character. So it's like almost reverse cosplay, I guess. I dressed up as her. When I had that color hair, too, like, my hair has darkened significantly over the past 5 years. And I got this gray streak. So, whatever. Stress. But, here, I'll show you the picture, because I feel like you weren't here for it. But, like, when we went to FairyCon, let me see if I can darken this a bit. In 2018, I think it was 2018. Yeah. I dressed up like I normally do, and he was going to be at my booth too, so I said, let's just make you a character, you know, for fun. So I got him some satyr ears, and I had some horns, and it ended up working out. He got this vest at, like, Goodwill for, like, $5, and this shirt, Goodwill, $3, and then he always wears that necklace, so it just worked out. And then we made him into a character called Bover. So if you're on my Clover card tier this month, I think I'm going to introduce him into the new rare cards. So he'll have his own little character. I think he'll be cute. But I've had the Clover King character for a while now, and every 2 months on my Clover card tier, I give another piece of her world, so to speak. So there's an ongoing thing there. And eventually I would like to make it into something more, but for the moment, just doing these little blurbs of her story and her life. Which is weird, because I really feel like I've made this character that, like, isn't me anymore. Like, it was me. It took, like, a picture of me at a time in my life, and then I moved on from it, but then this character kind of grew into its own thing, you know? Right? Oh my god, I would love that. I will eventually sculpt them. I want to sculpt my Fae Reaper character. I've been wanting to do that since last year, so hopefully at some point I'll be able to, but for doing so much line work, I've come around to not caring that I'm not loose with my watercolor, especially in getting Clover. Oh, good. Yeah, Weasel, if you find yourself doing line work a lot, it's obviously because you like it. So don't tell yourself not to do it if you like it, you know? You gotta keep doing it. You like it, obviously. So keep going. Thank you, Albator. Oh my god, Playmobil would be perfect for it. I hope so, Denmark. Yeah, I think he'll like it. I just care more that he doesn't know I'm doing it. I don't think he knows. I hope it makes him smile. He's been worked so hard the past 2 years. He's such a good man. He used to come on my streams a lot too, and you know, I'd be on his and everything. He used to stream really regularly. He'd be doing a lot of his comic work or his Patreon stuff. And I think he misses it, but I don't know. I think he also thought it was a headache, because it can be. Streaming can be a whole thing if you're not used to it. You gotta get used to it. Right? Oh, I would love that. So, I mean, there are kind of characters that are emerging out of the Clover cards, you know? Like, she takes care of her snail farm, and she's got, because the snails make aloe and things for her medical supplies, for, you know, taking care of the forest creatures, and then she's got, like, pet woolly bears and pill bugs, and lots of things I like. It's me. It's all me in a character, but whatever. It's the only character I've ever done that's very just me. I mean, artists tend to put themselves in their work at some point, right? So I literally had a moment where I was like, I should probably make myself into something, like into a character, because I didn't at the time. I didn't have something that was very me. So once I did that, then it made more sense. And it was great for conventions too, because then my booth was a little tree, and people would come to me, and I'd be this little elf that sells you art and fun things. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey. Thanks, Denmark. Well, you might like my story tiers then, because both my Clover cards on my Patreon and my Curious Collector tier, they're both stories every month that I just pull out of my ass. But the Curious Collector one comes with a whole sheet of lore, a horoscope, fortune sort of thing, stickers. I wonder if I've got any around me. And then the curious, or the Clover cards. Here's a Clover card. This is the first Clover card you get when you sign on. And it's got, you know, like Hamu. This is her mount, Hamu. But then, like, you would, if you signed up, you get this one automatically, and then another, like, rare card every 2 months. And then you get a regular card that's got a painting on it, and then a story about that painting. So you get that. That's the Clover card tier. And then the oh, there we go. There's a whole bunch. And then the other tier. Oh my god. I've got a whole bunch of these from other other things here. So this is a Axolotl, which was one of my, it was like Axolotl, but it was a sun one. So that's all the lore for that. So that comes with the little illustrations, and then you get the stickers that come with it. These guys. Stickers, and then this is like the gift that has to do with that, and then that was the Omlotl, which was the moon version. So there's a sun and a moon one, and they meet up once a year under an eclipse, and they hang out, and it talks about it. But anyway, you can buy past ones of those all the way back to when I started them at the end of 2018. So I've got over 30. So if you're interested in seeing the past ones, you can find those here. And you can just see how many I've done. And if you click into them, it shows you what you get for each one. Some have animations that come with them. Some have digital versions. I had to stop doing that though. I might pick it up again once I get more time, but for the moment I can't. I just got a fresh one of these. This is brand new. I just opened it earlier today. My other one ran out last night and I was like, what? But it's been a minute, so thank you. Good Lord. Come on, paint. I think I have to shake it more. Hopefully that's some good shaking ASMR. But I've got a bunch of stories I've written that I just need time to illustrate, but my schedule right now is so incredibly screwed up that I do not get any time to work on them. Oh, here it comes. Here we go. Come on. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Now, I'd usually put glares in the eyes, but I kind of like it with them like this. So I probably won't. Do you? Hey, just get really stressed out for like 5 years and you can grow it. I don't know why mine happened. I started getting it actually around my divorce. Which, to be completely honest, I was not as sad as I should have been, I think. Which tells me deep down, I think I knew it was a good thing. So, that's when that showed up. But, yeah, it just kept growing. So I think once it happens, it's just like, oh well. Goodbye, hair. And I'm not gonna, like, get rid of it. I don't wanna dye it back to my regular color. My next hair appointment, I am getting highlights though, because my hair has just darkened way too much. Like, if you look at me on my, like on my website, my hair color there, it's so different. And it's natural. It's just, over time, it's darkened. Which I've been told it does. So like your hair darkens and then it starts going gray. So I'm only 36, man. Like I'm not even And I've got, like, this is legitimate. This is homegrown organic gray. But I've been told that, like, your hair will darken and then it'll start going into that salt and pepper gray, which apparently I'm gonna get. So I guess I'm glad for that, but I wouldn't mind the white gray. That would have been nice too. But either way. Still stressed. Thank you, Cavendish. That's a really good way to put it. Not sad, just stressed. I mean, I've stayed stressed since that happened. Actually, I'll put this not on the divorce, but on the fact that I had to move. I had to get a new job. Like, I quit my job at the time. Like, my whole life did a 180. I'm gonna put the gray hair more on that experience, because I went from doing 40 hours a week working at a game studio to just being freelance. And I had never been freelance before, so I didn't know what to expect. So that was its own jump. So yeah, I'm gonna put it more on that. And she finds more each time. Couldn't the white gray still come later? No. So funny enough, apparently it has to do with your genes, whether you're like a salt and pepper gray or a white gray. So I mean, look at your family members, and see what they've got. Because apparently mine is like a salt and pepper gray. Which kind of sucks because I don't know. Like, everybody in my family had dyed their hair, so I never knew their actual gray color. Which is sad. I would have liked to know. Like, my grandma, even up until she died, she was still dyeing her hair brown. Which, now that I think about it, was pretty strange. But she made it look really good. It looked like legitimate. It didn't look like weird brown, like it's too young for her. She picked a very good brown that was like believable. But she's definitely, going gray. Obviously she's like 80, like what the fuck? Right? Cavendish, like, this isn't exactly brown. This is I've been told it's dishwater blonde or ash blonde. So I'm not even brown technically, but it's not as bright as it's supposed to be. But I feel you. It's crazy. Like, you think you're one thing and then, because you know yourself is one way, and then other people see you for the first time or something, and then you learn, oh, I guess I'm not, where I am there. So next time I go in, I'm getting highlights just to lighten up my hair because I don't like how dark it is. When I have dark hair, it comes through in my mood. Like, I had full-on brunette hair for a day before I was like, nope, I gotta change this back. I can't do this. Like, it like actually affected my mood. I got sad, which is really weird. So I've never dyed my hair dark since that. It was just a normal brown too. It wasn't like crazy dark or anything. It was just normal. But I was like, nope, that is not me. I also don't know what we're doing about Secret Santa this year, because I usually don't have time for it, and Glitterholic usually does it, but she hasn't, I think, been in the Discord, so I don't want to bother her in case she really doesn't want to. I don't want her to, like, agree to it because she, feels pressured, so I don't know what to do about it there. We'll see what happens. Alright, I am basically almost done. I'm going to do a couple littler things and then I'm going to go. I'm going to spend time with my hub on our anniversary. Oh no, not the freaky orange. Did you have to bleach it and then dye it like red? I did a red once that was like, it was totally unnatural, but it looked pretty alright on me. It made me, the nice thing about dyeing your hair colors is that you can make that work for your skin. So if I ever dyed my hair green for whatever reason, it would take all the red parts of my face, like blemishes and stuff, and make them come forward. Like if I wear a green face mask, it makes everything look worse. But if your hair is red and you've got skin like mine, it actually pushes back all the red in your face because that red is so strong. So you can really use a lot of the complementary colors to your, skin types favor, I guess. As the roots grow out again. Oh man. Yeah, Gabe's starting to go gray, so he's got his brown hairs, his black hairs, and then that like a smattering of white in there. It's cute. He doesn't mind it either. We're both pretty cool about going gray and whatever. He's much older than me though. He's 6 years older. Which is crazy because I never feel that age gap at all. I think your hair's pretty though, Cavendish. Like your natural color. I also like your Santa beard though, that's cool. If I had a beard, I'd probably be doing crazy shit with it all the time, honestly. Man, this white isn't sticking. You really enjoy the Santa bleach look. Would you ever do it all year round? Or just for December, you think? Or like holiday times? I suppose it's something to look forward to every year, huh? I can totally see that. Oh no. I don't know, you might be their gateway drug into what you're into. You never know. Oh yeah. Oh, paying a stylist for it. Dude, toning your hair is a pain in the ass. Like I had the Peekaboo black and platinum blonde thing for I don't know how long. It was like 3 or 4 years. And every time I went into the stylist, it was like 3 hours and it was like $300. I had the money at the time. Definitely do not have money like that anymore. But it was super expensive. I had to take cold showers for the first week that I would get it done because otherwise the black would bleed into the blonde. It was such a pain in the ass. It looked cool as hell, but man, it was a pain in the ass. Okay, I think we're done. I'll probably post this online on Instagram just as a, hey, it's our anniversary. Because why not? You know? I was going to draw a bunch of animals and things around them, But then I was like, maybe it's cute just being, you know, us two. Maybe that's sweet that way. So, I stream Saturdays at 2 p.m. CST, which is about 2 hours ago. Man, these always end up being about 2 hours, don't they? Just naturally. And usually I'm working on this one series that I'm doing right now of basically animals swearing at each other for the most part. It's like Beatrix Potter, but kind of PG-13 sort of thing. Anyway, it's fun. So, I mean, if you're into that, maybe show up next weekend. Say what's up. But other than that, are there any... No, we're not to the eating times yet, huh? No Thanksgiving yet. Man, we still got our pumpkins outside. Come on. Anyway. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, EB. Thank you, Cavendish. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Weasel. I appreciate that. I hope you do too. Everybody eat delicious things and have a good time, okay? Rest. It's the weekend. Rest. All right? I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye.